What's up, guys? We're finishing up. I'm still here at UFC 276. You see the VIPs getting their pictures in the octagon. My song's playing in the background. I never get tired of that. What a great night. I mean, it started off very fast with Stoyarenko breaking the arm of Jessica Rose Clark. The prelims are fantastic, but it was about getting to the main card. You know, SeanO'Malley and Pedro Munoz unfortunately ended in a no contest due to an accidental eye poke by SeanO'Malley. It wasn't bad, but we can't dictate or feel for what Pedro Munoz is going to in that moment, when in reality he wasn't fighting bad. SeanO'Malley was starting to get his rhythm though. As the fight was going on, you can see Sean starting to really kind of find himself inside the octagon. Still very, very competitive though, because Pedro Munoz had a great game plan, and he seemed like he was getting ready to follow that to a T. But unfortunately, we ended in that way. Nobody really gained in that. We saw that Pedro can compete, obviously. He has been competing for a long time. We also saw that SeanO'Malley is as viable as many people think he is. We got to Robbie Lawler versus Bryan Barberena, and it was so fun. Guys, Robbie Lawler showed up tonight, but Bryan Barberena came out here with an idea that he was going to overwhelm him. And early, it did not seem like that plan was going to work. Robbie was picking him apart. Robbie was landing beautiful shots to the body. Robbie seemed to be pulling away in the fight. But Bryan Barberena, as he has shown on so many different occasions, was undeterred by anything coming in his direction. Look, they're breaking down right here. I got my boy Miles.
What up, guys?
Look at that. My guy Miles is trying to break down the side of the octagon. This is what happens when the fight's in. I just did Sports Center, and I want to make sure I get right to you guys. Bryan Barberena landed some big shots. Ultimately, he got Robbie out of there. But it was his ability to find the right time to throw with intent that is what ultimately allowed for him to get the finish, and what I would imagine is some sort of bonus. There's no way that finish in that fight doesn't earn them some type of bonus, possibly or probably the fight of the night. Let's get to Sean Strickland and Alex Pereira. When this fight was made, I felt like it was the right fight if you're trying to fast-track Pereira to a title fight. And that proved to be absolutely true. I spoke to Sean Strickland on Wednesday, and he said to me, I want to fight people where they're good. And I immediately thought to myself, well, that doesn't seem to make much sense, because he would seem to have the advantage in the grappling. He would seem to have advantage in the jiu-jitsu, because what we haven't seen from Alex Pereira is him have to survive with anyone that has a lot of experience in the grappling. Sean was telling the truth. We all thought that he was possibly putting on. As fighters, we do that. We put on. We say things that we may not absolutely mean, because we want the public to believe something that may not necessarily be true. Sean Strickland was telling the truth, and ultimately it was his undoing. He had a better chance of winning the fight if he went and secured some takedowns. Fight starts. Pereira's picking him apart from the outside, as you would expect from a Glory kickboxing champion. A lot of leg kicks. Then he starts to throw to the body. Pereira throws jab to the body, right hand to the body. He's constantly just touching the body of Strickland. This dude then sets up the most beautiful left hook that I've seen in a long time. Last time I saw a left hook that good was when Charles Oliveira knocked out Michael Chandler. It was that beautiful of a left hook. He's circling left, right? So he's circling. He settles back. When he settles back, he throws the left hook to fly. Boom, Strickland goes down. The accuracy, the accuracy, for me, is what was most impressive. Because once Strickland went down, he's actually trying to get up. And as Pereira's charging him, a lot of times you see fighters miss. They overpunch, they end up falling on the ground. Pereira takes his time, right hand lands, knocks him out and finishes him. It was beautiful. Alex Pereira now has earned himself a title fight. You knew right away that if he won that fight, and if he won that fight impressively, there was a title fight opportunity possibly. But when you do it in that way, and you do it over the number 4 ranked guy in the world, there's no denying that. Not many guys would have fought Alex Pereira with that ranking and them not ranked. Pereira had no number next to his name today. But Sean Strickland's ability and his desire to continue to prove people wrong, I wouldn't have took that fight. And many people wouldn't. And you could not be blamed for it if you don't fight a guy that is unranked and you're number 4. You know exactly what the organization's doing. You know they want the Adesanya fight. That's a hard ask. But it's not a hard ask when you're asking Sean Strickland. Let's get to the co-main event. Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski. Dude, you are watching the 2 greatest featherweights of all time fight. You watch 2 guys that have fought 2 really competitive fights. You also watched the guy tonight in Alexander Volkanovski put an ocean between him and the rest of the division. Because Max Holloway did not fight bad. Max Holloway showed improvement. Max Holloway, as he said on a number of occasions over the course of this week, showed that he was better tonight. But even in being better, he was legitimately, 5 rounds worse than Alexander Volkanovski. 1, we have never seen Max Holloway dominated in that way. 2, we have never seen Alexander Volkanovski look that good. He's never looked that good. He was fast, he was accurate, and his striking numbers, guys, went up after every single round. First round he landed 41, second round 47, 55, 53, 57. He continued to get better. This man saying in the octagon, I'll go chase double champ status. How will you deny him? How are you certain that all the lightweights can beat Alexander Volkanovski when he fought in the way that he fought? He was very hesitant this week about saying that he needed to create space with Max Holloway. But he did exactly that tonight in the octagon. Crazy thing is, Max Holloway could go on a run again and find himself back in position to challenge Alexander Volkanovski. But that's an easy sell whenever you have saw the fights that they had prior. A little bit tougher to sell now when he had dominated Max in the way that he dominated Max. Hard for me to watch as a friend. Right now I'm going to take back to the hotel. I'm going to go find Max Holloway and I'm going to give my brother a big hug because I love him and I'm proud of him for what he did out there tonight, because it would have been very easy for him to pack it in. But that dude never lost focus, never lost the goal and the will to try to become champion again. Last fight, guys, the style bender Israel Adesanya. What can I say about the man? From the Undertaker walkout, which absolutely was the greatest walkout that I've ever seen. Vince McMahon was smiling from ear to ear right next to me. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. They just came from Money in the Bank. The Stephanie, Vince, Pat McAfee, and Triple H, they came from Money in the Bank right to here. And got to see the Undertaker walk up on a style bender. Look, here's the danger in Israel. He's getting into that realm of Anderson. There was a time where Anderson was so dominant, at times the fights weren't as fun as you thought. Izzy said prior, I don't know how much threat there is in Jared Cannonier. You could tell in his approach, he was a little bit more aggressive early in that fight, but he was not able to get to Jared as effectively. And that's credit to Jared Cannonier. He fought hard, he stayed within himself, he did the right things. But we are looking at a dominant champion, a guy that has the look and feel of a person that is going to rule over this division for a really long time. Guys, it was a tremendous week for me. I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. My entire family was here. So many people came to support me. The love that I received from you guys over the course of this week tells me that I made the absolute right decision to come into the sport of mixed martial arts. It wasn't for the money, it wasn't for the fame. It was because you guys truly are uplifting. You fans have really done so many things for me in my life My son Daniel got to experience this. He met everybody. Shaq, talked to Chris Pratt, Joe Burrow, the Triple H, Vince McMahon. It was just a knockout of a weekend for me and my family. So thank you guys. I love each and every one of you. Like, subscribe, and until next time, I'm out. But guys, look for more content. Tell your friends. Let's do a giveaway soon. I'm gonna throw you guys some money. That's how much love I felt. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Give the Hall of Famer a like. And guys, I hope you enjoyed UFC 276. Till next time, I'm out.